Hello friends, I'm Christopher. In this video we are going to be taking this space and transforming it into this. So welcome to the front of my side yard. This is a continuation of a video. A couple years ago I built a little free library. Last year it got vandalized, and now I'm retrofitting it, upgrading it, and moving it into this space. So we're going to have a semicircle here cut out, wood chips, a bench, the library, and in the fall for next year we'll plant some herbs behind it. It'll be a really lovely, inviting community space, as little free libraries tend to evoke in a neighborhood. I hope it goes very well. Anyways, we're going to begin this video with some footage of me actually cutting out the semicircle. Well, 4 years and 40 pounds ago, I built this little free library. It was built to replace another free library that was just decomposing, right? It was constructed pretty poorly. Last year, this was vandalized, and I got the full police report. Unfortunately, it was a woman who was in an agitated, emotional state, and she just decided to beat it. So, you can see I still have some of the glass shards here. That was one of my mistakes from building this 4 years ago, was to use glass. I will be building the new window out of plexiglass. But it's time for a refresh. So I've got a list of things that I want to do. Let's talk about some things that held up well. First off, the interior is fantastic. I have seen a lot of little free libraries get leaks, water leaks, and mine is totally sealed tight. Really, really pleased with that caulking that I did before the painting. So, what do I have to do? I have to put on a fresh base. The base that's on here right now is for the old circular pole. I'm going to be using a rectangular, a square 4x4 post into concrete into the ground. So it'll be a new base there. I have to remove the hardware from our broken old wood door. I've got the plexiglass. I have to make a new door because this is just beyond repair, and I think a new door will have a nice, fresher feel. Who knows, maybe I'll backtrack on that as we get started and I might repurpose this. We'll find out. But I want to rejuvenate the hardware in any way that I can. They've kind of shown their age. I have to tidy up some gluing around places. Things like this on the roof, right? That's kind of coming off a little bit. They need to be re-glued and tidied up. I'll be doing a new stain. Well, it's not really a stain. I use a different kind of finish now on cedar. I use a marine grade exterior finish that you use for like what I did for my shed build a couple years ago. I'm sure I'll have a card for that in the description. But it's a lot better than this finish that I did 4 years ago. And then I have to seal it as well. Excuse me. So this aged really nicely. And to my surprise, it did a two-tone aging. This was cedar up here, and I swear, in fact I'm pretty certain, that I did seal it but you can see this grayed out, as if I were to have left cedar to just naturally gray to the elements, whereas the front and the sides really didn't. The side has a little bit of it, right? And I think a lot of that is where water will sit on a lip. You know, water's coming down and it just kind of runs down to this point and then goes down. So as I'm sanding, I'm going to, sand all of these surfaces. Pretty much get rid of all the finish, sand them as well as I can, and then reseal it. So the sealant that I use has a slight amber finish, an amber color to it, so it'll look more like this, like that nice fresh cedary color. Get rid of this brown spot, not entirely, but most of it. However, the top, I'm not going to sand that down because this was a surprise to me, but I like the two-toneness. I think this gray top and the amber sides and door will look quite lovely. So it's not a really massive project, the build is done. This is just a retrofit, right? So let's get started. When I first made this a couple years ago, I included a dedication plaque that I had out of wood, and I burned a little message in here. You can't see it anymore because even though I redid it twice, every year the weather kept just killing it. I think it said, "Dedicated lovingly to our friends and neighbors along Irving Avenue," and then my name. Irving is the street where we live. So this time, I got a little fancier, got a brass plaque. So once this is all sanded off, the plaque will mount right where that was, and hopefully we shouldn't have the issue of not being able to read what the dedication is anymore. Well, I'm pleased with how this turned out. Talked to a lot of neighbors when I was out here setting the post and putting this on and getting the bench going. I also anchored the bench in and locked it so nobody can just walk away with it. A little extra security precaution when you got something like this near a sidewalk. Feels good to be back. The dedication plaque looks lovely on the other end, and this is exactly where it should be. Feels great to be back. A big thanks to my lovely wife for her suggestions for some aesthetics and practical purposes as we were getting this going, and for filling this up with me. Shout out to my neighbors who are like the go-to librarians who make sure this doesn't just fill up with smut novels. Big thanks to the people on the People of Oshkosh Facebook page for offering their condolences when the last one broke and their suggestions for this and their support. And a big thanks to the folks at the city who gave me approval and said that, yeah, I can do this and it's not going to get taken down, all that kind of jazz. It takes a village, right? Have you made one of these? Have you had to refit one a couple years later? Let me know down below. Hope you like this. Thanks a lot for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye.